are evil or because you recognize yourself as a higher form of life.
You've now entered the Fivefold Understanding YouTube channel, where the light in the attic is always on. Around here, we know what Shazam, aka Captain Marvel, is supposed to look like. This is the Fivefold Understanding YouTube channel, where we routinely read and review comic books simultaneously together every now and then. Like I said, it's a variety channel. Your one and only home for a plethora, or every now and then I should say, shadow banned videos. That's right, comic book shadow banned videos. Oh, you want some proof? And I say this because I have a guy who gave me shit a couple times about not showing proof after I said it last time. So here you go. In case you're still watching. Right there, Tom King video. See it? That's right. Blocked worldwide. Okay. And there's more right here. Netflix. That's another one. Oh, it's right here. Duh. Speed Force. Mark Waid. Can't be talking about Mark Waid's Speed Force without getting it blocked worldwide. And that's why I say throw me a sub now. If you're lucky, you get to watch these videos before YouTube bans them for good and blocks them worldwide. On to the subject matter at hand. I don't know what I'm going to title the video yet, but I had a strange coincidence. What would you call it? A group of events, right? It was like a staircase of events that happened, and it started with one of these things coming up in my feed. Okay, comic book sales down. We all know about the problems, because it's not just one problem. There's a plethora of problems, and that's what we're going to talk about today. First, I want to just go over a couple of these. One came up, then another came up, and the links will not be in the description. They're right there if you want the damn thing. I'm too lazy. Comic sales are down as readers abandon print. John Big, 6 months ago. Here's some charts here. We'll go over a couple of these comments. First, I want to show you this one. This was the first one, I think, or the second one, because this came out today. DC Comics selling almost half as many comics a month as it used to. So I start watching a video, which leads to another video, and I'm not really listening to it because I'm thinking about this stuff right here that we already went over, right? And so I bring the computer into the kitchen, I set it down, and I start doing some dishes. So like I said, I'm doing the dishes, and I'm kind of thinking about the articles. I got some videos playing. And for some reason, I hear this. And this is what I'm going to play right here. This is from Douglas Ernst. And this has got nothing to do with Doug, okay? I'm a big fan of Doug's channel. Just listen to this here, and then I'll go into more detail.
He's somebody that I would actually do it with. And even someone like Comics Explained. Those are two guys that I believe have a fundamental misunderstanding of what is going on. Or, again, in Comics Explained.
That right there. That's what I heard. And as I hear that, and I'm thinking about the articles, well, it all comes together and hits me. And I'm going to take what he said to a degree out of context because I'm not quite paying attention to everything Doug is going over in this video. I just hear that little part of it, okay? Where he mentions those two YouTube channels, right? And I'm thinking about this and that. Two popular channels, Comics Explained, and what was the other one? Comicstorian is who Doug was talking about in somewhat of an unrelated fashion. And at the same time, I'm thinking about this, pirating comics. Remember this guy, Wow Guy? We already went over his article. Why buy comics when you can pirate them? So I get done with the dishes. I'm thinking about Metal because I never quite finished it. And just briefly here, Here's the metals checklist. These are all the comics that have to do with DC's metal. The first two, and I think this is in continual reading order. Dark Days, the first two one-shots when this came out, those were really good. Super good. A lot of fun, those first two one-shots. And then I picked up a couple of the bad guy one-shots, the Red Death, I think it was. And then Uncle Ethan did one that was quite pretty, but it wasn't really good. Neither of the one-shots were too good, but, Ethan does pretty work. And then I grabbed 1 and 2, and then I was like, that's it. This sucks. And I mean, that's just my quick opinion on it. I read 6 comics. First 2 were great. Kind of went all downhill after that, even though I only read 6 issues. And I don't want to get too far off topic here. I just, keep in mind there's 26 issues to metal. Thinking about the pirating comic, and I said, wait a minute. I get done washing the dishes. So I come over here to the Google machine, right? Thinking about metal. So I type it in. Let's go pirate some metal comics. Not that I'm going to pirate them. I just was thinking, about the comic sales. This goddamn thing is running slow. Hang on. Was it dark metal? Or is it just metal? DC metal, right? DC metal. So I type in DC metal comics. Right? Search it up in the machine here. Guy's talking about pirating comics. Comic sales are shit. There it comes up. Dark metal. Go down here. Oh, look what comes up. Batman Dark Knight's Metal full story. Comics explained. See that right there? Look how long that is. 4 hours and 26 minutes. Are you kidding me? And now this is one of those guys that Doug mentioned, even though I'm taking what he said out of context, because I didn't really, hear his full, I just heard him say, these guys, they're kind of confused or whatever. And I come over here now, like somebody pirating comics would do, right? You go to Google, you type that in, this comes up. Remember I said how long this goddamn thing was? Look how many videos there are for Dark Knight's Metal. Well, here's your pirating comics right here. You want to know why comics are dying? Look how many videos there are for this. There's 27 videos for Dark Knight's Metal. And here's that checklist again. 26 comics. The story is 26 comics long in its entirety. Okay? Well, this guy has 27 videos, like we said, for this Dark Knight's Metal storyline. So you could make an argument that each one of these is a comic. To a degree, probably they are. I don't know. I don't watch them. I go buy my comics. But most people who sit home don't want to leave their house. We got a 6-hour news cycle. There ain't a lot of time in the day. We're constantly being bombarded with information, right? Well, here's why comics aren't selling, because they can go right here to this guy's YouTube channel and watch more videos on Dark Knight's Metal than there are comics in Dark Knight's Metal. Let's click on a random one. You see what, I never come here. I mean, I check some out before.
What's going on, guys? This is Rob, and if you're enjoying the content here on my channel...
Okay. Guy's name's Rob.
...called a retcon. We'll explain that whole idea. But it's not really a perfect retcon so much as it is grabbing different things and sort of... of Barry Allen. The whole idea was that he brought in the character of Metal focuses so much on the return of Bruce Wayne. This is going to be really a perfect way to sort of grasp every...
So between him and the other guy, you get everything you need out of that comic. You get to see what it looks like. You get to hear the entire storyline and get the goddamn thing spoiled for you on top of it. And now here we are. It's the whole comic. It's the entire comic on here. I'm sure he's got flashbacks and stuff where he breaks things down and talks about backgrounds and whatnot. But you essentially get a good bulk of that comic right here. So why would you buy it, right? Why would you buy 26 issues of Dark Knight's Metal when you don't have to leave your house and you can come here and get, what? Would we say 27 videos of it? You know? And between him and the other guy, Comicstorian, the guy Doug was talking about, and you can go watch Doug's video. It was a different templated subject matter.
Snap your W2.
But read it right there. Batman Court of Owls, the complete story. Now, obviously, you cannot get the complete story in 13 minutes.
Hoping that this would be a short case.
But you sure can get a lot of it.
And he knows this is going to be an all-night-long case. They have a discussion.
And he goes through the whole thing, right? Why would somebody go buy Batman Battle for the Cowl? The complete story's right here. Court of Owls, complete story's right here. 2 videos. INC Death of Robin, complete story. What was that, like 5 comics? There's a 15-minute video on it. They go through it, the whole thing, you know, continually from the first part to the latter parts, etc., etc. Another example's right here at the top. Batman Noel, complete story. 12 and a half, 13-minute video. You can get through that whole thing in 13 minutes. I'm not going to go play it and give it a view or nothing like that. But why would you go buy the original graphic novel if you're sitting at home? You can come here and get the whole thing for free. Okay? So my point is, well, obviously at first I should state, oh, you're just jealous. Let me tell you something. I don't care how jealous you think I am of subs or the applaudable. I definitely applaud the fact that these guys can make a living talking about comics. Sure, I get it. But I honest to God, I couldn't sleep with myself, you know, if damn near everything that came out I made a complete story of so I could ruin it, wreck it, spoil it, not only for the person maybe who wants to watch it and doesn't want, but you're killing the industry. This is part of the death of the industry because it's not always all SJWs, NPCs, snowflakes, and whatnot, right? The whole far left liberal purple haired movement. Sure, that's a part of it, but there's more to it that's killing this comic book industry. And if somebody, I don't know who, is honestly going to state that having more videos related to Dark Knight's Metal than there are comics in the actual storyline isn't pirating the story, I'm going to, come and debate with me right here. We could debate it, have a dialogue, a discussion in the comment section, or give me a telephone call. Maybe I'm way off and haven't watched enough of these videos. But I've watched enough to know that this right here is the whole story. Why buy it when you can come here and get it for free? If I was DC, I'd be pissed. And, this isn't the only one. There's another guy out here, too. Digital Comics. Right here. Here's another one. Black Panther 7. Why buy it? Come here and read it. Right? Spider Force. I mean, what do you want? You like Marvel? Amazing Spider-Man 11 right there. 18-minute video. Uncanny X-Men 4. It's right there. This is what's killing the industry. These people that, do this to the point where they can make money on it and oversaturate the digital space with free comics. And if someone's really going to sit there, like I said, and say that doesn't hurt sales, they're out of their fucking mind, okay? Those comics are being pirated, beginning to end, entire trade paperbacks, right? Graphic novels, which are synthesized comic books compounded into a story or theme format. They're all right there. Do I have some comics on my channel? Sure. I try to push people into the comic book stores. Come check out Green Lantern #1 right here. We can read and review it. You want to get the rest of them? Go into the store and buy it. Same with Heroes for Crisis. Let's check out #1. If it's good, let's get some people into the store to buy it. You ain't going to find the second issue on here. Same with Unicron. I do it to get people into the comic book store. I don't put the entire graphic novels up on my YouTube channel for free. The numbers in the articles speak for themselves, right? Print issues, print everything is down in sales because of the digital space. And there are things to blame. And I think it's sad that most people, maybe even in the Comicsgate community, always want to blame the same group of people. And don't get me wrong, they're plenty at fault. But my argument is there's a lot more to the death of comics than just a sneaky, disguised socialist industry infiltrational movement, I guess you could say. And I guess that's my argument for the day. I mean, there's a reason these three people have like 5 million subscribers combined. DC Rebirth Phase 1, look at this. Batman Rebirth Volume 1, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and the conclusion. I mean, really? And you know what's funny? Look at this. Just keep going and going and going like that old commercial energy. 64 videos for Batman or DC Universe Rebirth. And this is just Phase 1, folks. That's right. Why leave your house when you can sit home and read it for free? And he doesn't have Titans Hunt at the top of this. Didn't that prologue the whole Rebirth event to begin with? I don't see the Titans Hunt anywhere in here. Or maybe it didn't. I don't know. I didn't read it. So I guess that's my point for the day. Just one last tweet here on this video Doug did. Comicstorian says right here at the top, my job is to bring attention to comics, not the problems within the industry. Well, what if you are the problem? You're part of the problem in sales, at least in my opinion. And if you want to disagree with me and you don't think that's true, come and argue, debate with me. The discourse is open right down there in the discussion section. Outside of that, throw me a sub if you agree. Let me know what you think. And check out Doug's video here too. Doug had a good video. It's a little different. Doug's is, we're basically in the same house, just on totally different floors. So Doug is not making the exact same argument I did. And that's why I said, I'm washing the dishes and, I just heard that and everything kind of came to me. So I figured I'd make a video. So with that being said, this is this and that is this and that is that. This is the Fivefold Understanding YouTube channel. Your home for variety, decent entertainment, honest to God truths, and some pretty decent visuals. Stay tuned for my DC Comics Cringe Awards video coming up real soon. Probably not tomorrow, but maybe the day after. Outside of that, like I always say, if you're going to attack the channel, please do it respectably and honor yourself while doing so. Outside of that, peace through tyranny. The saga continues.